Good evening. Today we're going to talk about offenses. All of us in our lifetime have had relationships that were wonderful, some that, lasted a lifetime, and some that lasted for a very short amount of time. And somewhere along the line, those that we thought were going down the right path, all of a sudden something happened, some discussion or some disagreement happened, and we just grew farther and farther apart. And instead of trying to resolve that relationship, figure out what happened and why it got so far off track, we are going around trying to get everybody else to be on our side to say, yeah, that person was wrong. You were in the right. And so, yeah, you're right. Just to stand your ground. Don't back up. Don't, do this. We're trying to get them to come along beside us and be our cheerleader and say, yeah, you are right. You are right. Don't let them, drag you down, and don't let them do this and don't let them do that. Instead of trying to, get everybody else on our side and wanting them to pick up an offense that they were never a part of. They don't even know the whole situation, because there's always two sides to every story. Everybody has their own feelings, and maybe what you said, maybe they just took it the wrong way, or maybe what happened they just didn't understand. So, it's worth trying to work it out, talking to them, instead of wasting so much energy talking to everybody else and trying to get them to understand your side of it, or what's going on, or what happened, or what went wrong. So don't spend all your energy trying to get other people to pick up an offense that never belonged to them, that they were never even a part of. They were never in the discussion. They weren't in that relationship. Use that energy to resolve the relationship that you had. Maybe you said something wrong. Maybe they said something wrong. But that doesn't mean that you can't resolve those issues. That's what life is all about. Learning how to resolve things. Learning how to say, okay, yeah, I think I did say that. And I think that, I could see where you might have misunderstood, what I meant there, because that's not what I meant. This is what I meant, because, that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And that's how we are teach the next generation how to handle those issues, instead of just, shutting down, because that's what we're supposed to do. We can't walk this journey alone, and we've got to have good friends and people that understand us, that want to go in the same direction that we do. And when somebody comes along that's helping you walk that journey, and they're, it's just a constant one step after the other. Either you're helping them or they're helping you, and you're helping them, and then, it's just a back and forth. But sometimes it gets a little bit haywire. And so then you're like, okay, let's sit down, let's discuss this, let's see what went wrong, so that we can get back in sync. And because I don't want to lose that friendship that we had, because I thought it was something wonderful, and I want to get it back there. So take some time and really think about the people that are no longer in your life, that are no longer walking that journey. Is it because it's something that you said that you just automatically took on that offense, and you automatically shut that door and said, no, I'm not going to even, I'm not even going to try to work that out, because, they wanted to just walk away. So I'm just going to let them walk away, instead of saying, you know what, let me see if there's something that I did. Let me reach out. Even if they were in the wrong, there's nothing that says you can't reach out and say, okay, if I said something wrong, if I offended you, then help me to understand what it is, because I want to learn and grow and be a better person. And by you helping me do that, then I can do that. I can understand, so that I don't do it again, and I don't do it to another friend. Help me work it out. And if it's something that they said, help them grow and help them learn and become a better person, instead of just automatically shutting the door. Because if you just continually shut the door because you got offended by someone, pretty soon there's not going to be anybody in your life that's left for you to be offended by. So try to work those relationships out. Try to come to some understanding about what's going on and how you feel. Just sit down and discuss those things, not in anger, but just, be able to sit down and say, you know what, maybe I'm not saying this in the right way, but this is the only way I can say it right now. So I'm hoping that maybe you can understand, and we'll walk through this, and we'll talk it out, and we'll discuss and all that. But I want to get our relationship back to where it was. And if we can do that, then there will be so much less aggravation and much less division in our society today. And so I hope that you can take some time this next week and kind of look through your relationships and see where there's some things that maybe you could restore, and some great friends that you could bring back into your life. And so I hope that this message was helpful to you, and I hope that it was a blessing to you.